Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. I have a few new products here that I picked up from Sephora, so I want to just try these out. This will be a first impressions because I just got this package in the mail. I'm so excited to try all of these products. Now, I don't have enough for a full face, so the rest of the products I'll be filling in with items from my everyday makeup drawer. What I've done so far is just put on my Milani eyeshadow primer, and then for my face primer, I'm using the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I did have the Say Glowy Super Gel in my everyday makeup drawer. I did actually end up getting an empty, so I'm just put this one in there to finish out the month of August. So that's all I'm wearing so far. I'm going to start with eyeshadow. I have a very expensive eyeshadow trio that I'm going to be talking about here, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing I'm starting is with an $88 eyeshadow trio. I don't know if this was a mistake. We're going to find out. This is from Westman Atelier. These are their little iPods, and the one I picked up now, it's French. I did look up how to pronounce this. I already know that I'm not going to probably do it correctly. I don't speak French, and I certainly don't have the accent for it. Toujours. There's the name of it right there. It came in this little box, and you just slid this out, and then it came in this. They also gave you this little pouch to put the trio in, and then they're magnetic, so they stack together, and then each individual eyeshadow also has a name. I have never tried Westman Atelier's eyeshadows. I know that they have, I think, about 4 different ones of these, so I'm going to show you each of the shades individually. We have Vanilla, Beige, and then Cafe Creme. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think I'm going to really be able to do swatches because of my nails, but I'm hoping that maybe I can use one of those little sponge applicators to get in there, because there's no way. Like, I can't even get my finger in there because of my nail. It's pushed way down into the component. Now, I believe these are like a cream to powder formula, so I didn't set my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to start out with the shade Beige. I'm going to take that shade on a Sigma E24 brush. We're just going to see how this looks. I don't know. I've never used this brand's eyeshadows before. Alright, and let's see how this goes when I run this into the crease. It might be one of those shades where you have to press it in. Like if it's a cream, it might be better pressed in. So I will say that if I'm not impressed by it this first round, I'm not going to judge it too much because I have never used this brand before, so it might be more of a learning thing for me because I don't really use a lot of these cream to powder formulas a lot, so I'm not going to judge it if something doesn't work out. But now I will say, if I end up loving this, I still would not say that, yeah, you need this $88 eyeshadow trio, because you do not. I'm sure if you're a neutral lover, you have these shades a lot in your collection, but I know that I do really love the Westman Atelier lipsticks, and I want to try more from this brand, but I am fully aware of how expensive they are. I would love to do a full face of this brand, but now that would take me a while because I'd have to slowly purchase the products. It looks really smoothing on the eyes. I don't know how much it's going to pick up on camera. I want to continue working with this formula because if it is more of a cream to powder, I don't work with those shades a lot, so I want to learn more about them because I believe, now somebody can correct me, the shades that are in those Groundwork palettes from Danessa Myricks, are they cream to powder? I'm not exactly sure. And see, I struggled with those, but I always felt like it might have been more of a user error than it was the actual palette. So that's why I'm saying with this, I'm not going to judge it too harshly this first time I'm wearing it, but so far, it's laying down really nicely. And these 3 shades are right up my alley. If I'm going to spend a lot of money on eyeshadow, it's going to be shades like this, for sure. On that same brush, I'm going in with the shade Cafe Creme. I'm not sure how deep this shade is, so I might have picked up too much. But with it being a cream, I thought I could kind of build it up. This formula is so smooth looking. I don't believe my camera could do it justice. I'm not sure. I won't know for sure until I'm editing back the video, but it looks so smooth. See, when I was picking this out, I know for a while you could view this shade or this trio on the Sephora website, but you couldn't purchase it yet. They just had it like where you could just view it and then they told you what the release date was. I was debating between this trio and then the trio from Chantecaille. Is it a trio? In the new Leopard palette. I was debating which one I wanted because I said, no, I only want to pick up one or the other because they look about like the same type of shades. And ultimately, I decided on this one simply because I don't believe this one is limited edition. So if someone did want to purchase this, they can and would be able to continue doing so, whereas the Chantecaille stuff, I know that they release a lot of limited edition things. A part of me still wants that palette though with that leopard because I love shades like that. I believe it's also like, is it like $80 or something? It's up there too. That's an expensive brand as well. But one thing I love about that brand is that they donate a lot to animal organizations and stuff, which I love animals. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I don't know how it's gonna wear all day. And that's another thing that I need to, because I would wonder how it would perform if I set my eyeshadow primer. Because I've been struggling with like the oily eyelids and stuff, I don't know if this might crease a lot on me because of that. But if it does, I'm not going to blame this because that's been happening with every eyeshadow. Even eyeshadows that used not to do that. But I wonder if it would work if you set your eyeshadow primer. I wish now I'd set one side and just see, but I'm going to keep playing with this. I'm definitely going to continue to use it. I'm not just going to, you know, leave you hanging on a first impressions because I do want to continuously use this, but I like it. I like it. And this is me. I do really love this brand's whole aesthetic. I really do. I think they are gorgeous. Their products are beautiful. Their packaging is just stunning. Like, I love their lipsticks. I want more shades in that, and they're $50, but they are gorgeous lipsticks. I'm going to switch over to a Sigma E57, and I'm going to go in with the shade Vanilla. I don't know if I picked up enough on the brush. Let's see. Oh yeah. I might have to go back in. Now, you can recreate this eye using, I mean, these shades are not unique is what I mean, but I do like this. I do really like this. Oh my goodness. You know, when they do the next Sephora sale, which I'm sure that probably will be coming up in eventually. I mean, I know it happens in like the fall. I might have to order some Westman Atelier. I just really like this. It's so pretty, and this little trio is something that I know I would reach for a lot because these are the types of shades that I really do love. Oh man, I might have to look at the other shades. Well, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself though yet because I gotta see how it wears throughout the day. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do some more steps right quick off camera. Like, go ahead and do my mascara, my foundation, concealer, and all of that because the next step with me would be a powder. I have a new powder, a new blush, and a new lip liner. So let me go ahead and do all that right quick off camera. All of it will be listed and linked for you below. So let me do that and I'll be right back. I've done my foundation, my corrector, and my under eye concealer. I used the Tower 28 Sunny Days Tinted Sunscreen, the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener in Fair, and then the Say Slip Tint Concealer. So now, the real reason I placed this order in the first place is because Tower 28 launched their powder. This is the Get Set Translucent Powder. And it comes in this pretty little purple packaging like this. And then I think there are 4 shades in total. I picked up the translucent. This was the reason I placed this order. I love Tower 28. I am a little biased towards their brand, but I mean, if I don't like this, then I don't like this, and I will say that, but I do have a bias towards this brand. I love their products. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to clean my little mini sponges from Dollar General, so I'm going to use my e.l.f. powder puff. And I saw where if you bought this powder on Tower 28's website, you can get the powder puffs that have like Tower 28 on them. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were going to do that. I bought mine on early access on the Sephora app. So I would have done that if I had known, but you know, hey. Zoom me in a little bit here. I'm hoping, I have high hopes for this powder. If it doesn't work, I'll be so upset. I might have picked up too much, but we'll see. But let me make sure that all my little creases are tapped out because the corrector I used and the concealer, they're very hydrating, so a lot of times they do crease on me. And let's press this in. Okay, that does look very smoothing upon first glance here. And that's unset and then set. Let me get in. Can you see it? Hoping you can see it. I don't have one of those fancy lenses, so there you can see I haven't set it here, so you can see my creases here. because that's very hydrating formulas on that side, but I'm hoping you can see that. It looks very smoothing. This shade does look a little bit of like a brightening as well, so if you were really into that, then you might like the translucent shade. Okay, so let me tap out my creases on this side. I mean, it really does look like a blurring powder. Now, how it'll wear all day, I do not know, but so far, I'm pretty impressed. You know, someone on Instagram the other day, yeah, I mean, look at that. Oh. Someone on Instagram the other day asked me, like, what brand would be like my dream brand to be on their PR list? This brand. Tower 28. This would be the brand that if I could only be on one PR list in my life, this would be the brand. Because usually their products just work so well for me. I don't really ever have an issue with them. Now, the first time I used the mascara, I had a little issue, but now I wonder, it was like a little deluxe sample size that you can get with points on Sephora. I kind of wonder if it was like an older batch or something. Because when I bought the full size in the brown shade, and then I recently repurchased the black shade, I have not had any issues with it. So I think it might have been that. But I do really love their brand. So this would be, yeah. I don't know how this is going to wear. But so far, I really do like it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm hoping you can see. I'm so sorry if you can't. My lighting is on the lowest setting possible because I want you to be able to see this is true to the way it looks on me. Now that I've set, I can go in with my bronzer because I don't have a new bronzer. I'm just going to use this one from my everyday makeup drawer. This is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in Buttercup. And then I'm going to quickly do my brows. I'm going to use my Laura Geller Sculpt and Stay Waterproof Brow Pencil in Gel in dark brown, and then the Kosas Air Brow Gel. I picked up one of the shades of the new Fenty Beauty blushes. These are Fenty Cheeks Suede Powder Blush, and I picked up the first shade, which is Bacon Cakes. This is stunning. I mean, first of all, I love the packaging. And then there is the blush. Ooh, so pretty. I want to say the last time I looked, I want to say this shade was sold out. I'm not sure, but I'm not surprised. Let me swatch this. Oh, it feels so soft when you swatch it. Ooh, it almost feels like a cream. Ooh. It feels like a cream when you swatch it. It just feels so soft, which these are powder, right? Yeah, powder. So yeah, it feels like a cream. It's so smoothing. Look at that shade. Ooh, I had my eye on the berry shade too. I believe it's Summertime Wine, I want to say was the name of that shade. But I wanted to try the formula first, so I picked up this shade, which is definitely, by the looks, like on the swatches when they showed it on the model's cheeks, it looked like it would be a shade right up my alley. So I'm going to use this little duo brush from Refi. I love this with blush. Powder, cream, I love this side. I don't use this side as much. I like to use that side for more of like cream bronzer, but this side's my favorite. And I'm gonna be totally messy. I'm gonna tap off the excess in this cap. It's gonna be messy, but at least one thing, there's no mirror in there, so I'm not dirtying up a mirror. And let's see. I figured these would be very pigmented, so I didn't want to pick up too much. Oh, that's pretty. Which I figured it would be. This brand makes beautiful products. Yeah, this formula, it feels like a cream. And the way it looks like with the brush marks in the pan, it looks like it would be a cream almost. Like it's just that silky smooth. But that is a lovely shade. I also picked up one of her new lip liners as well. I wanted the Gloss Bomb Stick, but the shade I wanted was out of stock. Half of those were out of stock. And at the time I placed my order, all of the lip liners were in stock, but I believe the last time I looked, some of them were gone now too, including the one that I'm going to mention today. The one I purchased, I felt like it would be spot on match for this blush. It might not once it's on the lips, but we're going to see. But I wanted one of the Gloss Bomb sticks too. I really want to try those out, but I'm just going to wear the lip liner. Oh, I love that. I'm just going to wear the lip liner by itself today. I don't want to put anything over the top of it. I just want to see the shade. See how it did in the pan? Like, it looks like it performs almost like a cream. It looks so beautiful on the skin. And the lip liners are the Traced Out Pencil Lip Liner, and I got the shade Peanut Butter. Well, I drew the heart probably the wrong way, but you can see the shade. I meant to draw it more up this way. I was looking at my hand like that. That's pretty. It felt really creamy going across my hand too. I did have a lip oil on, hoping that lips still feel kind of dry in a spot over here, but hopefully it'll be okay. Oh yeah, this glides effortlessly. Alright, now I'm just going to fill in the top and then blot down to transfer it, because I don't want to take the pencil itself over the bottom lip because there's like a dry patch on the edge here. Now I'm not going to be placing anything over the top of that. I just want that color by itself. So here is this makeup look all done. So far, everything that I tried today was a hit. And I'm including the very expensive eyeshadow in that too. I love those tones. And if you watched my video that went up this past Friday, then you will absolutely know that this little trio blends right in with all the palettes that I picked out. I'm so far I'm impressed by it, but of course I want to see how everything wears, but I do like it. I do like it because this is just something I would wear every single day. And that I mentioned that same thought in my video on Friday, that if I'm going to spend a lot of money on eyeshadow, it's going to be neutrals, because that is what I wear. I would get more of my money's worth out of something like this. It's beautiful. So far, so good with the Tower 28 powder. It's looking good so far, but of course, I'm going to continue to wear these products. I know with powder, that is definitely something, kind of like with the eyeshadow, that I have to see by the end of the day to see how it's wearing, but so far, it looks really pretty. It looks very blurring on the skin, and I will say that this shade in particular, at least on me, it is more of a brightening shade, which sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of brightening stuff on my under eyes. But that's more of a personal preference thing. I don't think it's too bad. As far as the way it looks on the skin, it looks really beautiful. So I have high hopes for that. The blush from Fenty Beauty, stunning. Beautiful, gorgeous. I already know that's probably going to be just beautiful. And it just performs like a cream. It lays so beautifully over the skin. It just looks so smoothing. This is a gorgeous shade. I would love to look at some of the other shades. I know I had my eye on the little berry shade they have, the Summertime Wine. I might have to consider that, but this shade is beautiful. And so far so good with the lip liner. It glided really beautifully on the lips. It's really stunning shade. I think it looks beautiful with this blush. So I'm glad that I picked that shade out with this blush, because I thought that it would match, but I believe this shade might be out of stock, but hopefully they'll be restocking soon so people can get their hands on it. But so far so good with this face of makeup, but I am definitely going to be continuing to wear these products and make sure how they wear. I will leave a note in either my description or a pinned comment below letting you know how these wore for the first day, and I am hoping that maybe I can get some more wear time with these looks too, and then have more of a final thoughts on them. But I definitely will be bringing it up in the future whether or not I like them or not. More than likely, if I do, you will be seeing them in future videos. I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads. Follow me on Instagram at Jessica Dearly, and all of these products will be listed and linked for you below. They are affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission, and if you choose to do so, thank you so very much for supporting me and my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!